If you're a remote closer that's taken calls before, you've closed deals and you still haven't reached that 10k month, then this video is exactly for you. And no, it's not because you need a better script or even more confidence or even more motivation. It's none of them three. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact system that I use with my personal students, the same framework I use to diagnose why someone is stuck and actually what does move the needle. This isn't a hype video or a beginner tutorial, but if you're looking for quick wins or surface level tactics, this video probably isn't going to be for you. But if you want to understand how high earning remote closers actually think and operate, you'll want to watch this video the whole way through. But let me be clear who this video is actually for. Let me help you understand. This is for the closers that have real reps, you've taken calls and you've closed deals before. You understand the basics basically. This isn't for beginners. So if you haven't closed any deals before, this video probably isn't going to be for you. The reason I'm saying this is because most closers don't fail because they're bad at sales. They usually fail because they're trying to fix the wrong things. And today I want to show you the 4 areas that actually determine your income as a closer. So we have the Miro board here. So my 10k month closer checklist. Income is an output of systems, not your effort. Number 1, we've got skill execution. Number 2, we've got offer quality. Number 3, we've got mindset and beliefs. And number 4, finally, we'll get on to environment. So every closer I've worked with and is struggling to make 10k a month consistently always has an issue, even if it's in one of these departments. So when someone tells me they're stuck, I don't ask their script. I don't ask how confident they do feel. I will look at these 4 categories because all it takes is one of these categories, one of these 4 categories to be broken down, and it could massively affect your income. Even if you say you're really good at all of them, because 9 times out of 10 you won't be. So number 1, skill execution. Skill execution is the only area most closers focus on, and it's usually the most misunderstood out of the 4. So skill execution is not about sounding good. It's not about saying the right words and asking the right questions. High earning closers don't handle objections. They figure out why the objection exists in the first place. So for example, price objection almost always never actually means the price, and the objection is never actually the price. They may mean uncertainty, lack of clarity, or misalignment in the product in general. So the price is most likely going to be an excuse for an objection in the background. So it's key to keep digging, keep asking why questions, etc. See, most closers don't lose the deals at the price drop. They lose them in the first 10 minutes. Whenever I review my students' calls, I can usually predict the outcome within the first 5 minutes. This comes with repetition, but it also becomes so obvious when you know what to listen for. So the amount of deals I've seen fall through, and you can already tell, no matter if it's a 40-minute call, hour call, the first 5-10 minutes is usually the most brutal and the most key, because that will help you understand your prospect best. So number 2, offer quality. The second aspect is offer quality. So I hate to be that guy and blame the offer, but if we are serious for a second, the offer really determines your earning potential. You could be stuck on a crap offer and not earn a lot of money, or you could be stuck on the best offer and you're performing with the exact same skills, the exact same effort, but your income could be completely different. If you're jumping on a shit offer with dead lead flow and never get any calls booked in, or you're jumping on calls with prospects who are actually cold and unqualified that have just been passed through by an opener, you're most likely not going to deal it. And a lot of closers just think they're underperforming when in reality it's the offer that is actually letting them down. So sometimes people do beat themselves up saying, oh, I'm not earning this, I'm not earning that, but it could be down to the offer that you're getting placed on. Now, as a closer, this is slightly out of your control, especially if you lack all the call recordings and you don't have a big network. But if you put in the effort, outreach for offers and make connections, you'll be able to land yourself in a good role. And luckily enough for you guys, our network within Open to Close is pretty fucking good, to be honest. It's quite good. So all our students don't really have to worry about this issue. But for you guys outside of Open to Close, this is definitely one that you could struggle with. So make sure you are researching, outreaching to people in the industry, looking for offers to jump on, because 9 times out of 10, if you don't ask, you won't get. And now, moving on to number 3. Number 3 is one of my big favourite ones, mindset and beliefs. I like this one a lot. So, and you would have seen a million people online talking about limiting beliefs and rewiring your mind. But they're saying this for a reason. This isn't for nothing. Now, I used to think this was for no reason. But I believe, personally, mindset and helping yourself believe is one of the biggest things you can do as a closer. If you genuinely don't believe that you can consistently earn above 10k a month, then 9 times out of 10, you're not going to do it. Whereas if you just flipped it on its head and believed 100% that you're going to consistently earn 10k months, then I have no doubt that you'd do it, because you'd do everything you could to get there. So for example, I listen to Brian Tracy and Jim Rohn, 2 mindset coaches. You can find them on Spotify, anything, who just have podcasts basically helping out your mindset. So I'd highly suggest them. So see, earning 10k a month once is very easy. Sustaining it is the hardest part. And that's the bit that requires change. You need to learn to handle the stress, the pressure, the burnout, the responsibility, and you also need to become that version of yourself that can consistently earn 10k a month. Because if you have one good month and you hit 10k, but you're not the version of yourself that hits 10k months consistently, then you'll take your foot off the accelerator and you'll struggle to get there again. And that's clear as day. I mean, I hit my first 10k month, took my foot off the pedal a little bit, and the results did show for that. So moving on to the final one, environment. I believe environment, the last 2 are my favourite ones, mindset and environment. Your environment is the most key thing. The final thing is environment. So we'll get into it now. I'm talking about number 1, the location they choose to work from. So recently I was in Thailand. I was living there for very cheap. I'd closed a few calls and that was it. I basically set my life up. I was the richest brick out there, to keep it blunt. Then I travelled to Australia and came back to London and realised I need to be making at least 15k a month just to be living the life that I want to live. I mean, some of you might be completely different. You might only need 5k to live the life you want to live, but I found out that when living in Australia, that was very expensive, and even when moving back to London, it's an expensive lifestyle to keep up. And if I want to carry on living this life that I've always dreamed of and I want to live, then I have to be earning 10 to 15k a month, bare minimum. But obviously we'll aim a lot higher and we will get a lot higher. It made me a lot hungrier. I worked harder and I took more calls. And actually the people I surround myself with in London are killers. People who are doing a couple $100,000 a month in their business. And it makes you realise that if you just put in the effort, you can 100% get there as well. So you look at these people that are earning 100, 200k a month and you think, wow, what are they doing that I'm not? They're getting their head down. They're working hard. So if you put your head down and actually work for something, there's no reason you shouldn't have it. And 2 is the social environment. Feedback loops, communities, mentors, etc. are the biggest game changer in terms of getting to that next level. Even something simple as surrounding yourself with people that are earning 10, 15, 20, 25k upwards a month. Closers, just so you can adopt that mindset, shift, pick up on those good habits and learn from them. And then other things like call reviews with a mentor or coach, group coach calling, all of that really stacks up and gives you the best skills possible. So these are 2 very small things that can massively affect. So yeah, like I said, when I was in Thailand, I was living for really cheap. All I needed to do was close a deal every few days, which is absolutely nothing. But I could still be living the life that I want to live. So if you're living in London or Australia, wherever it is, Dubai, they're expensive lifestyles to keep up. And if you want to stay living out there, then you have to work a lot harder. So yeah, that's the end of the Miro board. These are the 4 key things that I would go for as a closer. People who have closed deals before, but you want to be reaching those 10k marks. You have to make sure all 4 of these qualities are kept up to date with, because if one slips through, it can massively affect your income. So if you watch this and realised which one of the 4 aspects is holding you back, then this is a great sign. It might take you some time to realise it, but even if you just record your calls, go over everything, check out where you're working, your environment. If you're working in somewhere that's not very nice, not very motivating, then that could massively affect it. See, I work when I'm working in a nicer place. I like walking around. I like walking in an apartment, a villa, wherever it is abroad. It just makes me feel better about myself, and I feel like my close rate drastically increases. I know this was a very brief video and it was a quick run through of everything, but this is the framework that I use with all of my students to help them earn 10k a month consistently. So even them students that are on 2-3k a month, they can drastically increase their income by just improving these 4 qualities. So if you're already a closer, struggling to make some real money, or if you're looking at someone who's higher in the high ticket sales place, then look up to him, keep looking up to him, and DM me on Instagram if you have got any questions about this. There's no pressure. I'm not gonna try to swindle you. I'm always here to talk. So if anyone does need help or clarity on anything, just drop me a DM, drop me a follow on Instagram, and to see if this is the right next step for you. So that's the end of that. Be sure to keep up with my updated videos. I'll be going over objection handling, all sorts. So yeah,